keep it down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to the show. It is the 8th day of April, 2025. Today is a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, Big J.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, dude.
Good.
I hope you had a wonderful Monday. I hope that extends into your Tuesday. And I hope, you know what? I hope you have a really good rest of your week. I'm going to say it.
Early, but okay, thanks.
Listen, I don't think it's ever too early to hope somebody has the rest of something that's good. You
I hope the rest of your week is decent.
All right. Well, weird aggression all of a sudden. Why? I came out here swinging positive.
I know.
And you hit me with some
I'm gonna
mid-energy.
Equalize it.
Well, if you wanted to equalize it, you go all the way to the bad side of things, I would think.
It's too early in the week.
That would balance in the force.
I'm not that cranky yet.
We'll get there, though, won't we, pal?
Damn right.
And, of course, today is the day where we need your assistance when it comes to the show. Big J is going to watch a movie tonight. We're on a little bit of a run where he hasn't been impressed with the movies you have selected for him. So we need to try to turn that around. And I kept that in mind.
Yeah, okay, you did? Oh, weird.
I'm running into a real problem, Big J, because you are eliminating Netflix from your...
I was going to tell you, we have the ad-supported version. Very disappointing. I was like, I almost don't even want it.
Yeah, your odds of enjoying a movie decreases significantly when there's commercials in it. There's no way you're going to like anything when you have to take a break every 10 minutes.
The other alternative is like $24 a month.
I know. But as I was looking last night, I'm like, I'm out of new... There's like not enough new movies out there for me to find for you.
I'll find you new movies right now.
Yeah, okay. Do that for me. Do me a favor and keep in mind that I have to find 3 a week that are new. And there's lots of just added, but a lot of them have not come out in the last calendar year. And that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. Or it's way out of your wheelhouse that you wouldn't enjoy it anyway, and then I would be called a jerk for putting it in there.
Well, yeah.
So
now you've been on the other side.
And every time now have help with these movies, and we find one, I'm like, nope, that was up for grabs 2 weeks ago, or that was up for grabs last week.
I think ones that have been up for grabs that have been passed on, you can throw back in the. Especially after a couple weeks. Nobody's gonna know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you choose not to pay attention.
I know, but I'm still
I think our
not.
Audience does.
Between the minutia of 15 years of doing streaming dumbass, like I just hear words now at this point. It's hardly a description, so I wouldn't know if you put one in from 3 weeks ago.
You say that, but I think you do kind of do not have to pay attention during that segment anymore, so I don't think you do. But I think our audience might. Our audience gives you the answers on the text line before you have a chance to find out what the movies are.
But that's with the movies even that came out the night before.
I'm just saying, like, they're paying attention to what these descriptions mean and what they are. They're going to figure out if there's some repetition.
I just don't think that if one gets passed on, it means it can never enter into the conversation.
I think it's had its chance, and it gets retired. And that's just the way that it's always been, and it's kind of the way it's been for the last several years. So either way, we're going to need your help picking out a movie for Big J, that's for sure. We also have a chance for you to get qualified for Sonic Temple with Last Man Standing, not to mention a chance to win some straight-up cash from us with Inflation Domination. That's happening a little after 9 o'clock. We have a concert announcement today during the show.
Damn.
That's going to be a big part of it. And then we play music. Nirvana is kicking off the morning after here on the X-Rocks.
Morning After with Nick and Big J.
My God. It's been a couple weeks, Big J.
Oh, yeah?
But look who's at the door.
Oh, hey, it's Gas Buddy. Hey, Gas Buddy.
Hey, Gas Buddy.
Hey, guys.
How are you, man?
I'm great.
What have you been up to?
Looking for good deals on gas.
Did you find any?
Nope.
Aw. Do you not come bearing good news, Gas Buddy?
Hell no.
Well... That's not what I see here, Gas Buddy.
Uh-oh. You didn't tell me that beforehand, so.
Shh. Gas Buddy, are you drunk again?
Yeah.
Just hammered all the time, Gas Buddy. According to our friend Gas Buddy, when he does sober up, the average price of gasoline here in Boise has reached $3.20 per gallon. Now, that's not great, Gas Buddy, is it?
That's not bad.
But it is a 12% decrease over last week's average price, so we're down pretty decent this week, Gas Buddy, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, is it true you survey over 216 gas stations in the Boise area?
Around that number.
And you got a gas at about 5.4 cents lower than it was about a month ago, almost the last time we saw you?
If you say so.
Well, I certainly hope that's the case, because that's the information that I have here. cheapest station in Boise, $3.03, Big J. The most expensive, $3.45. That's a difference of 42 cents, according to Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy, you love math, don't you, buddy?
I love it.
Just rub yourself around it. The national average for a gallon of gas has gone up by 11 cents. So that means probably, again, as we ebb and flow a little bit behind the rest of the country, our gas will go up in the foreseeable future. Gas Buddy, is it fair to say that and make that statement?
Yeah.
All right. Am I missing anything, Gas Buddy? You're just agreeing and disagreeing with me.
I do both.
I know. That much is clear. But is there anything you'd like to add to what the world or your job?
Stay safe out there.
All right. That's a good advice. Thank you, Gas Buddy.
Bye-bye.
Where are you going?
Gonna go find some more deals.
No. I thought he was going to say to the bar. Just hammer. Big J, the University of Florida Gators won the college basketball national championship with a nice comeback win over the University of Houston. Did you watch a second of it?
No.
It was a 65-63 victory for the Gators, trailing by as much as 12 in that game. Rallied with some nice defense to take the lead in the final minute, ultimately winning the game. So congratulations to the Florida Gators, your national basketball champions. And certainly I hope that means your daughter wins her pool.
She had Florida winning, so.
We will see. I'm sure Big J will keep us updated in the sports tomorrow and find out what has happened and if, in fact,
I'll get an update.
His daughter was victorious. Big J, you said recently hooked on the mobile game Monopoly Go. Agree or disagree?
Yes.
Do you continue to play this?
Yeah.
Then maybe I can interest you in a new competition series picked up based on the Monopoly game. Netflix has picked up a Monopoly reality series. The board game-inspired show is described as a large-scale social experiment contest that will force contestants to form alliances and betray their competitors. So, Big J, it's almost like every reality show ever made, it sounds like.
Yeah.
How it's kind of dipped into the Monopoly world, I do not know, but is that enough to get you involved?
No.
Or are Chris Pratt and Jason Momoa going to have to do commercials to make you want to play?
If they would do a
show?
commercial for this or be in it, that'd be great.
Okay.
I'd be
Well,
happy to.
no promises, but
Started playing before those commercials came out.
maybe, just maybe, it could all happen for you. But if your Monopoly interest does extend into possibly other things, then you might want to check out this Netflix reality series that will be coming soon to a TV near you with commercials, Big J. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. Gonna need your help with streaming Dumbass. That's next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the TDS Fiber Traffic Center on 100.3 The X.
Traffic is brought to you by Viola.
It's Streaming Dumbass on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Treasure Valley, we need your assistance picking out a movie for Big J to watch tonight so that he can review it for you tomorrow. We're on a bit of a down streak. He has not enjoyed 3 of his last 4 movies that you've selected for him, so we're going to try to turn it around. I have got 3 movies selected for you to choose from. Each of them is available currently on a streaming platform. We are using the plot description given to us from the streaming platform on which you can find this movie, and that's the only thing you have to choose from. You will not get the title, you will not get the stars, at least not yet. You will only get the description, and based on that plot description, you must decide which movie do I want Big J to watch. Do I think it sounds fun? And he might like it. Boom, I'll vote for that one. Do you think it sounds terrible? And you like the fact that Big J hasn't enjoyed his movies? Then you can continue his punishment, I guess, if you're that kind of person, by voting for that movie. You do so by texting in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. The movie that gets the most votes is the one that Big J watches. No questions asked. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Agreed.
We have our contractual obligation via verbal means, and so now we can move forward with the movies. Movie number... Oh, by the way, the running theme throughout all 3 of these movies, Big J, frickin' star power.
Star power.
You know and understand and have seen at least 1, possibly 2 people in each one of these movies. Do you understand?
Excellent.
Movie number 1. A couple of young friends decide to crash a New Year's Eve party, only to find themselves fighting for their lives when a rumored terror becomes a reality, and things we thought were there to help us rise up against humanity. Movie number 2. A teacher and homemaker whose picture-perfect life with her community pillar husband and son tumbles into a twisted tale. Nancy and her friendly colleague become suspicious of a secret only to discover nothing in their lives is what it seems. Movie number 3. Alma and Tobias are brought together by a surprise encounter that changes their lives. As they embark on a path challenged by the limits of their situation, they learn to cherish each moment of their unconventional love story. Oh,
It's unconventional.
Movie number 1, We're All Gonna Die. Movie number 2, What's Going On Here? Or movie number 3, Love is Pretty Neat. These are your 3 stories. Which one do you want to choose? Which one do you want to give Big J to watch? Keep in mind the kind of movies that Big J traditionally enjoys. And see what happens to you.
They don't care about that.
That's not necessarily true. I think they do. And see if one of these kind of fits along those parameters and see if that's one that aligns with your taste. And fire us off a vote. Text movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. We will tabulate those votes. We will release the name of all 3 movies, including the one Big J will be tasked to watch. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks. Smashing Pumpkins, that is today here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Let's get to the exciting conclusion of a little thing we like to call Streaming Dumbass. Big J, have the votes been tabulated?
They sure have, man.
Is there a clear and distinct winner?
There is, and there's been a complete change in the voting process.
Oh, what happened? What do you mean?
The least voted movie is movie number 3, Nick.
It's been a runaway last couple
weeks. Which has been like forever since that movie has not been in the running.
Well, this one is, while I don't think the description did it much justice, it is a movie that I have seen, and I will recommend it to you, Big J, because I think it's got people in it that you like, and I think it's a movie that you would enjoy. Although I will admit, from a plot, the way the movie was described from the plot description doesn't make it sound like it's anything special. The movie is called We Live in Time, and it stars Andrew Garfield, one of your Spider-Men that you like so much, and Florence Pugh, Big J, another one of your big crushes. Yeah. So it's a nice love movie, a love story. It also has an unconventional kind of plot around it. It's very fun, and I think it's right up your alley. You enjoy these kind of romantic movies. You might like that one day on your own time. It's available on Max if you'd like to watch it, Big J. What movie came in second place?
Movie number 2.
Movie number 2 is a brand new movie on Amazon Prime called Holland, taking place in Holland, Michigan. It stars one Nicole Kidman, Big J, and Matthew McFadden, about a couple of people that stumble upon how their beautiful, quiet Midwestern town may not be so beautiful, nor may it be so quiet.
Ooh.
It is on Prime if you would like to watch it on your own time. Sounds like you're going to be watching movie number 1.
Yes, absolutely, overwhelmingly.
Can I ask a favor of you, Big J? Traditionally, when you find out what this is, you immediately go and look up information about this movie and you watch a trailer. I'm going to ask you not to do that with this movie.
I don't always do that.
But because I think if you look up who else is in this movie, it's going to ruin a cameo that's absolutely hilarious and one of the best parts of this film.
All right, I'll look up nothing.
And I ask that you go in blind. The movie is called Y2K. It stars Rachel
Chris
Ziegler.
Jericho. Oh.
No, it stars Rachel Ziegler. You may know her as Snow White herself, Big J, is in this movie. And so is Kyle Mooney, who wrote and directed this film as well. He recently was on Saturday Night Live for like 14 years. He made a couple other movies as well, one called Bixby Bear, if you might be familiar with that starred Mark Hamill. That was a very funny comedy that took place in the middle of nowhere in Utah. And it was good. And this is his follow-up to it. It is called Y2K. It's a brand new movie. It's available for you on Max. It got a theatrical release, all sorts of stuff. So that is the movie that you will be watching. It appears to be, Big J, a kind of a story that takes place around the year 2000. But the premise of the movie is, what if Y2K was actually real? And all the stuff we were freaked out about actually happened.
Okay.
And so this is what you'll be watching, and you will be reporting back tomorrow and letting us know what you think of Y2K. If you want to watch it and play the home game, it is available on HBO or on Max, I should say. That's where you can watch it on app form on demand. Big J will check in around this time tomorrow and let us know how it is. Morning After with Nick and Big J, reminding you, coming up after 9 o'clock, Inflation Domination returns, Dollar Loan Center, Dennis Dillon Auto Group, the Advocates Injury Attorneys, giving you a chance to win $2,025. We called Brooke yesterday, hooked her up with her cash, could be you today. And you can take part in a whole new contest this morning. Keywords come your way at 9, 11, 1, 3, and 5. Text it to us, and boom, you were in the drawing. Presented by Dollar Loan Center, Dennis Dillon Auto Group, and the Advocates. Get more information at xrock.com. We are coming back with some important stuff. It is next on the X Rocks.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Big J, a recent survey released by Nationwide to coincide with National Distracted Driving Awareness Month reveals that a staggering 92% increase in drivers looking at their phones more frequently over the past year. What's that about, Big J?
Over the last year?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Changes on the tariffs?
Does that give you an excuse to look at your phone while you're driving?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make it funny.
11% admit to reading or writing emails while driving. That's a problem, despite familiarity with distracted driving laws and the fact that they're besieged on all sides by things telling them not to text and drive and stay off their phone when they're driving. For some reason, we are now more distracted than we've ever been before by looking at our phones. What the hell can we do? Is there anything? Are we just essentially throwing our arms up in the air and going, hey, listen, we don't know what else to do. You won't listen. Why won't you listen?
Well, I mean, you could always have a thing in order for the vehicle to turn on. Nearby cellular devices have to turn off.
Sure. There's
not, I mean,
listen,
a Gestapo kind of world.
There are apps that have that, but I mean, like at some point,
that's on your on the individual to do it.
That's what I mean.
If you can't help yourself from looking at the phone, maybe you got a problem.
I think all of us know we have a problem, but at some point, when do we go, you don't know how to do this yourself, so let me do it for you like we're your parents?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. For a while, it was like, okay, just don't text while you're driving. Right. But then it's like, if I'm at a stoplight, I'll go ahead and, look at my phone or whatever. That's also irritating, and you're not paying attention, and several bad things can happen while you're doing that. A, the green light is going to be green for 30 seconds. I'll give about 10 seconds before I lay on the horn. I can totally see the person in front of me. This happened to me last night, and they're just their heads down. They're looking at it, and the light's green, and I'm like, all right, let's go. I finally have to lay in on the horn, and that's dumb, man.
Yeah.
And as a motorcyclist, I see it even more clearly. You can clearly see when somebody isn't paying attention, how they drive on the road, and when you get up next to them, you can just see that they're completely not paying attention. It's very dangerous.
I was going to say, you as a motorcycle driver, I'm sure have less options to text and drive. Do you find yourself with different driving habits, whether depending on what vehicle you're using?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, after taking the Learn to Ride program last year at High Desert Harley Davidson, I feel like my driving, my inability, or not, I'm trying to say my attention during driving is much higher than it used to be. Now, just because of those things, I try to keep the same kind of mental state that I have while I'm driving in my car as when I'm riding in my motorcycle, and it has made it a dramatic improvement. I've avoided 3 accidents in the last week in my car. It's been crazy. So, yeah, it seems to be getting worse.
One of the other concerns that this study brings up is about the rise in built-in touchscreens and displays that have been coming up in vehicles that have added to driver distraction as well. They feel like because the display is so big and there's so many options on it for you to futz around with, that it gives you an opportunity to not be paying as close attention. Yeah. And I think there's probably something there as well, I mean, there's something
Absolutely.
to it. That display is so big, or the map is on there, or, you're looking at something, or you're changing something, or whatever. Used to not be able to have that opportunity there, and now there's so much there that it's hard not to futz with.
Although I say this, and then I just remember my dad. My dad drove truck over the, long-haul trucker for like 30 years. And I would be with him when we were driving, and he would literally have this giant road atlas map. He would have it open on the steering wheel as he's driving along, trying to find the route that he needs to go. And I'm like, that's an equivalent to this. And he got safety awards for driving, which is weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I don't think there's a person among us that hasn't driven distracted at some point.
Yeah,
it's just,
absolutely.
it's getting worse than it was before, even though we know it's a problem. And you're at that point now where you go, okay, now what do you do? Everybody knows they shouldn't do it. They do it anyway. We all know it causes accidents and it's a problem. We do it anyway. What's the next step? And now it's worse than ever? I don't know.
I would say the deadliest place for you to do this is on the freeway.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost, I can't, there was an accident over the weekend that I saw, and I'm like, I can't believe this happened. And there's only one reason it probably had happened, and it's the speed plus the distraction. You only have seconds to make a decision to, not be in that accident. And it's easy to avoid if you just stay off your phone. And especially on the freeway, man. Stay off your foot.
You know, and we drive to work at a different time than most people where the sun isn't up, so you can clearly see when somebody's futzing around on their phone when they're driving. The whole interior of the car beams up, and you're like, man, that person is on their phone, and that's why they're riding down the middle of the freeway. Very clear. Very clear. The University of Florida Gators are your college basketball national champions on the men's side of the bracket, grabbing a 65-63 win over the University of Houston last night. The Pittsburgh Pirates have apologized to the family of Roberto Clemente. We are sorry. After an ad for a canned vodka drink replaced the Hall of Famer's logo on the right field wall at PNC Park, the change was spotted when the Pirates played the Yankees over the weekend and caused quite the stir among fans. Team president Travis Williams claimed the change was an honest mistake and that the logo would return to the right field wall. Williams said the area was used for ads pre-COVID and that they didn't have a sponsor. The team added the number 21 logo to that part of the wall. Seems weird that people are upset that that thing is not in an ad for a vodka drink, but listen, whatever makes you mad makes you mad. I suppose that's part of the stadium's aesthetic.
We demand it!
Put his logo in that vodka ad. Come on, it's part of the stadium. So I guess it'll be there soon. Don't worry. Big J, are you the kind of guy that gets that happiness is brought to you from people that you don't like bad news? Like, if you have an enemy, are you happy when something bad happens to them? Are you that kind of guy?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's like every time I see that the Seahawks have lost or they're not making it into the playoffs or they fired the really good coach and now have a questionable coach. Yeah, those are things that make me happy.
With that in mind, I present to you the following story. Steve Gutenberg has filed for divorce from his wife, Emily, after 6 years of marriage in California, Big J. Apparently, the two of them couldn't stand living with each other anymore.
She didn't do her research.
So, there, of course, is a prenup in place because that's the kind of guy Steve Gutenberg is. The couple who met on a blind date, Big J, got engaged in December 2016, probably right around the time he hung up with us, or we hung up on him, and married in January of 2019. But now, Big J, he is a sad and lonely man. How does it make you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I saw this and I was like, I had no feeling one way or the other.
Well, that makes you a good man, I think.
I don't consider him an enemy.
No. But you're also not a fan, is that correct?
I mean, I still like Police Academy movies, so...
Well, it's hard not to. You must separate the man from the art, Big J, as we've had to do several times over these several years.
We have to at this point.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We have got your opportunity to qualify for Sonic Temple next on the X Rocks. The X and Axio Auto want to send you to Columbus, Ohio. Usually that sounds like a punishment, but in this case, it is Sonic Temple time, man. 4 straight days of the biggest rock festival in the country. And we have you covered. Airfare, sure. Lodging, you bet. Tickets for the sold-out 4-day festival, absolutely. All you need to do is get on the phone and get yourself qualified. 208-287-1003. You do that by answering a multiple-choice question correctly. All of these questions have a bit of a tinge of Sonic Temple on them. If you can figure that out and get it correct, you are qualified. We will send you to our gigantic giveaway party happening April 28th. That's a Monday. At Barbarian Brewing here in Garden City, not too far away from the radio station. That is where the grand prize will be given away, along with a bunch of other prizes as well. So it pays to get qualified. If you'd like to go on this trip, get on the horn. 208-287-1003 and answer Big J's question correctly.
And even more reason for you to want to go to Sonic Temple, Insane Clown Posse and Mafia 3-6.
3-6 Mafia.
3-6 Mafia.
Big J runs around the hallway saying whoop whoop. He was very excited about this actual announcement. I believe you sprayed your office with Faygo yesterday. Is that correct?
No, well, I wasn't at the office. I was at the Rev Center when that news came down to me.
So you're saying that's whatever's all over your office is in Faygo?
Yeah. No, I don't know what that is.
Wow. 208-287-1003 is the number that you need to call. Hello, the X.
Hello.
How you doing, man? What's your name?
Chris.
All right, Chris, you're up first. Here comes Big J's question for you.
The lead singer of this Sonic Temple band was nice enough to cover Joe Esposito's You're the Best Around for the current version of the Morning After's intro song. Is that band Hatebreed, Trivium, or Asking Alexandria?
Oh gosh, is it Asking Alexandria?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Chris, you're hurting our feelings on top of everything else. We will sally forth. Not everybody's going to know what our intro song is every day. Hello, the X.
That's true. Got to be up early.
Hey, here comes Big J with your question.
The lead singer of this Sonic Temple band was nice enough to cover Joe Esposito's You're the Best Around for the current version of the Morning After's intro song. Is it Hatebreed, Trivium, or Asking Alexandria? It's not correct. I wonder why everybody is picking that.
I think it's probably because they know that Asking Alexandria is coming to X Fest, and they think that there must be some sort of closer connection. I'm sure Danny would do it if we asked.
Yeah.
We just have never asked him to cover this song for us, which is different than the other two. So
when one of them we've attempted to.
Hello, the X.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man, that question that you're hearing right now, that's the one we need you to answer.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Trivium.
Yeah! Nailed it, dude. God, finally. It makes us think that people listen. What's your name, man?
This is Trevor.
All right, Trevor, congratulations. You're qualified for Sonic Temple. You are going to be joining us on April 28th at Barbarian Brewing to try to win that trip. Hang on 1 second, and we will make it go. Yes, we have asked Jamie Jost of Hatebreed. We do believe he'd do it at any particular point. We just haven't carved out the details. But then Matt Heafy came along from Trivium, and we're like, we have to make this happen. And it sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, we're still around. I mean, we got more years, I think, in us. So who knows?
Big J, rattle off all of the performers of the You're the Best Around Morning After intro. Go.
Let's see. Let's start off with the No More Kings.
Nailed it.
And then we had one Lizzie Hale.
Nailed it. Well, all of Hailstorm, really.
All of Hailstorm, yes, of course. And now Matt Heafy from Trivium.
Yep, there you go. Three different iterations of it.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Jost, that one was real close.
Yeah, and it still might happen. Who the hell knows? You never know. But we are coming up on, it's probably been, 4 years or so. Might be time to
maybe the 20th?
Call in a favor, yeah.
I think we've also tried, we've kind of put out the feelers for Corey, obviously.
Yeah, Corey Taylor was really close as well. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Do we encroach on our friendship?
I don't know.
Craig Gass on that one?
We've asked a lot of people. And a lot of people are open to the idea. It just hasn't been done. Like Avatar was down to do it at a particular point. That was going to happen. Pop Evil almost did it. That was going to happen. Jamie Josta. Lots of things have happened. And I'm sure we'll call in plenty more favors before it's over. I don't think it's out of bounds.
At this point, we almost have to say, okay, here's who's done it.
Yeah.
A Grammy award-winning band and a guy who has a huge presence in the world of social media.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where you're pretty dumb if you don't do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, we're funny.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to go to hell. That's next on the X Rocks.
You worthless maggot.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Home sweet home, Big J. Here we go, Florida. For today's We're Going to Hell story. And it's probably a story that can start out relatable to some and or most of us, but it's going to get unrelatable real quick like. All right?
All right.
Here's the scenario, Big J. It's around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and your Big J tummy is grumbling.
Hungry time. Look for a burrito.
Listen, man, I suppose I could have a burrito, but I just had one yesterday.
No, I would not stop me.
Maybe I should roll into the Mickey D's near me and grab myself maybe some McNuggets. How about that? They have one, buy one, get one free on the app. Let me do that, save myself some money. The wife doesn't yell at me, and I just get something in my stomach to hold me over till dinner time. It's already 1 o'clock. Crying out loud.
Yeah, poor little tummy.
And so you go into the McDonald's, you grab yourself some McNuggets, and you ask for some ranch sauce. And then you sit down and you wait for your order. It comes. No ranch sauce.
Uh-oh. And
so you, of course, go up to the counter and go, hey, ordered a couple McNuggets here, didn't get any ranch sauce. And the lady behind the counter says, sorry, we're really busy. Hang on 1 second. Our apologies. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. And the drive-thru is slammed with a capital S. You know what I mean? And they have currently 2 people on staff. It's the middle of the day. Tough to staff that kind of a place. So they're working. It's not like they're like actively ignoring you, right?
Yeah, they got stuff they're doing.
Your frustration is high. And you're like, man, I got 2 6-pieces. They're getting cold. I don't have any ranch sauce, and nobody is helping me out. So you go behind the McDonald's counter, Big J. And you're like, I will help myself to some ranch sauce. Mick, handle that, everybody. And so as you go back there, the manager suddenly realizes that she doesn't know why you're back there. You could be trying to take for this till. Who knows? So she grabs your arm, Big J. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, you are behind the counter at McDonald's. You're just trying to get some ranch sauce. Somebody has grabbed your arm. What do you do?
I put her in the. I put her in a chokehold.
Okay, so you choke out the McDonald's worker that is working there trying to get you from behind the counter.
Put her hand in the deep fryer.
Okay. So you have become instantly aggressive towards the woman that is trying to restrict you.
I wouldn't be in this case anyways because McDonald's ranch isn't worth all of this. It's crap.
And
now,
so,
if it's Jack in the Box, it'd be a different question. Hot take.
Listen, you got to take it easy on McDonald's. I'm telling you right now. I've asked twice now.
Love the quarter pounders. Delicious.
And so what ends up happening is the person then takes a swing at the McDonald's worker. Well, swing and a miss, Big J. So the McDonald's worker then grabs the person's neck and takes them to the ground and choke the victim out. Now, here's where it gets a little bit fishy. All of this standard operating procedure for any fast food restaurant in Florida. We understand.
Right.
But the problem is the woman who is managing the McDonald's that was dodging punches and choking people out is 31 years old. The person that was looking for the ranch is 17.
Underage.
And we have an issue with that particular situation. So a criminal complaint does not indicate how many ranch packets were trying to be taken, but the manager was like, hey, listen, I didn't know why that person was there. She said she wanted ranch, but who knows?
The kid attacked her.
She grabbed the arm first, which makes her the aggressor. But she was trying to prevent the teenager from getting behind the counter where the tills and stuff are. You never, people aren't allowed behind there unless you work there. You understand?
Yes, of course. Goes without saying.
Grabs an arm, dodges a punch, chokes somebody out. But because you are 31 and the victim is 17, you got charges coming your way, my friend. The teenager had visible injuries to her neck and her left elbow, and the incident was also captured on video, but that's not going to stop a child abuse charge, and that's exactly what she was released with. She's out on bail, Big J, but she's supposed to have no contact with the victim. And she also cannot report to work. So she has to stay away from the area of offense. So we'll see where this goes. But a reminder, there's no sauce in the world that's worth this. I'm sorry. Like, I understand it's frustrating when you don't get sauces, but the way we escalate situations as of late is incredible how fast things go, you know? Yeah. Like, to where's my ranch to I'm going to start throwing haymakers until I connect.
It's a real lack of civility.
And then I get upset when I get choked out.
But also, what kind of moves this lady has, man?
Yeah, listen, she's not messing around. Although, again, I don't know. I have an image of this young lady that was arrested. I have no idea how small the 17-year-old victim was. It may not take much to choke out a 17-year-old. I've never tried. I'll lean on you for that expertise.
I've never done that either.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
Here's
Spanning the globe in search of news. Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Big J, Iron Maiden once released a song called The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. I'm sure you're aware of it.
The loneliness.
Doesn't sound anything
The
like
loneliness.
that. No. That sounds more like Lionel Richie than Iron Maiden, but I understand what you're going for. But it turns out they may have been onto something. If you know somebody that runs marathons on the regular, according to new studies from several countries, they're suffering not only a physical breakdown at the end of that race, but also a mental one. That's probably why, or at least they're starting to figure out that maybe one of the reasons where I'm sure you've seen like the actual footage of people towards the end of marathons, Big J, where their bodies just turn into rubber and they like give out on them and they collapse.
Yeah.
And some of that is physical, but a lot of it is mental as well. According to this study, people that take place in marathons have got some serious mental problems after the race, resulting in something called myelin, Big J. Now, myelin is essentially like, think of it like insulation to an electrical wire, okay?
All right.
It aids in motor coordination and sensory processing, and it kind of surrounds your actual brain and helps you kind of figure this stuff out. And as you go on and as your body starts to physically kind of break down, your brain starts to kind of turn on this insulation and eat some of that as well. So that's a problem, Big J. That's why the body kind of shuts down in these particular situations, specifically with long-distance runners. MRI scans conducted on runners before and after marathons showed significantly decreased myelin levels after the race. Now, the good news is this is something that rebounds pretty easily in post-race. So it all comes back. There's a reason why people enjoy doing these things and it comes back. But there's also a reason why, your body kind of starts to really shut down there towards the end. Yes, there's definitely some physical tiredness, but your brain's also like, hey, bro, I don't have the wiring to do this anymore.
I'm melting down.
It's all gone. I lost it around mile 20. Help. Ayúdame.
I lost around 15 feet.
I lost it going up those stairs just now. Big J, the University of Florida Gators won the college basketball national title, 65-63 over the University of Houston. Congratulations to the Gators. They were down by as many as 12, rallied back there in the second half to grab themselves a victory and win themselves a national championship, so way to go. Big J, the NFL draft is coming up in less than a month. There's been plenty of chatter around Shedeur Sanders, Deion's kid. Where's he going to go? What's going to happen? He's regarded by most as the second best quarterback available. Does that match up with your draft board, Big J?
I don't have a draft board, so I guess.
What are your opinions on Shedeur Sanders? You don't have any?
I didn't really watch him play very much.
What about Cam Ward?
Don't know nothing about him.
Great. Rumors have swirled that Deion.
What about you?
Might. I don't think there's.
Come on now.
I've said this for a while, and I'm kind of, but I'm not sure there's anybody in this draft that's going to change the franchise.
How dare you?
I know.
I guess Ashton Genty. Sorry.
No,
buddy.
I'm talking about quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, quarterbacks. Nah, they're all a bunch of losers.
So, and listen, and depending on where Ashton goes, there's a whole other list of problems. I mean, if he ends up in the Raiders, that could be very, very interesting with Geno Smith. But the question then becomes, who's catching that ball, bro, outside of that tight end? And, Myers did okay, but is he like a legit number one? I don't know, man. But we will see how that all shakes out. But, of course, there's rumors that Sanders may pull a Eli Manning and go, listen, if your team's too crappy, I'm not playing here. You need to trade me somewhere else where I want to play. But Deion said that he is not going to be involved in that process whatsoever. He's going to let it unfold for him. That means whatever team that is going to pick Shedeur is going to have to deal with at least him and not any other drama, at least on draft day. After that, who the hell knows?
Deal with Shedeur.
And so we will see. The draft is coming up here in just a couple weeks, so get ready, Big J. Now, you'll watch all of the draft despite not knowing anything about any of the players, right? Or a majority of it.
No,
like the first
I'll
round.
watch the first 3 days.
Yeah.
Or the first 2 days.
I mean, that's a pretty good significant chunk of it. But is that where you form your opinion on these players during draft time?
Well, yeah. I mean, they spend half their time talking about these kids' accomplishments and what they've done.
All right. The White Lotus Season 3 concluded with a record-breaking viewership. 6.2 million people, Big J, tuned in to the season finale. That's a 30% increase from the previous high. The season overall has been really, really strong for them. Basically, it started with 2.4 million and ended with 6.2 million. That's what we call in the business, Big J, a smashing success.
Sure.
The series is now close to 20 million total viewers for the season. That's a lot of people, so HBO has a smash hit on their hands, and people seem to be kind of torn on how it ends. But if anybody that's ever watched White Lotus before knows, none of these end great. Do you know what I mean? It's not a happy-go-lucky series. All of them have got some real, it's all about people who have real problems that go someplace to avoid them, but then they come out anyway, and then new problems are discovered. And usually it ends in some sort of terrible event. And that appeared to be the case for season 3. I have not watched it yet, but people are very surprised that was the case. And it's like, hey, have you been watching any of this stuff?
Don't be surprised.
That's how White Lotus goes, y'all. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. Can we do some Pop Culture Smackdown next, Big J?
Yeah.
Cool. Then that's on the agenda. It's the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
We got a doozy of a show coming up at the Knit on the 22nd of April, and it is going to be amazing. Oni opening up Return to Dust, Devour the Day, and Pop Evil. So it's a show you definitely don't want to miss out on. We'll get you these tickets here absolutely free. You just need to beat Nick in Pop Culture Smackdown.
208-287-1003. It's going to be a fantastic show, top to bottom. And if you want to get in on it free of charge, now would be the time to get on the phone. Big J, any particular idea which direction these questions are going to go today for our audience?
Probably more movie related here. Some Marvel Cinematic Universe questions, Nick.
All right, best of luck to everybody. Let's go to the phone. Hello, the X.
What's going on?
How you doing, man? You're up first. Good luck.
This is considered the very first Marvel Cinematic movie. Is it Adventures of the Hulk, Iron Man, or Avengers: Age of Ultron?
These are the ones that always get me. Is it the Avengers?
It is not.
Incorrect. Thank you for playing, however. Hello, the X.
Time to watch the movies, buddy.
Whoa. Hello, the X.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. Here comes Big J with your question.
This is considered the very first Marvel Cinematic movie. Is it Adventures of the Hulk, Iron Man, or Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Iron Man.
That is correct. Nick, which MCU movie was the first to feature the Black Panther?
Oh, God. I know when it happened because there was the summit and there was the bomb and the Avengers were there. I'm pretty sure that it was the movie that you had mentioned, Adventures: Age of Ultron.
That is incorrect, sir.
Is it Infinity War?
Infinity War? No.
No. Is it Black Panther? Wait.
You're missing a different war.
Oh, you know what? It's Civil War, right?
It's Civil War.
Yeah, son of a
You
gun.
missed a Marvel Cinematic Universe question.
I knew the scene. It's just like, again,
For shame.
when you make 30 movies that are all just one movie, it's tough
But
to
see,
differentiate.
This is why it's tough, even if you've been in the movies, that you don't know which one you were in.
I mean, but I wasn't starring in the movie. I'm guessing if I did, I'd probably know a little bit more about it.
I don't know. After like 30 of them.
Because I've only seen it. But I would say that if I acted in it, I'd probably remember that a little bit more.
Or less.
Well, I mean, listen, I like to think that I know enough about the jobs that I work that I can differentiate between one radio station and the other, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so there you go. Hey, congratulations. Never mind our argument. You are set to go for Pop Evil on the 22nd. Congratulations, my man. Hang on just 1 second. I will make sure you're set and all good to go, and we will do some headlines. They're happening next on the X Rocks.
After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines brought to you by Watson's Mystery Cafe and Spirits. Big J, I invite you to be our guest.
Oh.
Friday, 9 o'clock at xrock.com, we're giving you an opportunity to score $50 worth of gift certificates to Watson's Mystery Cafe and Spirits for just $25. Big J, what does Watson's Mystery Cafe and Spirits have inside that I would want to check out?
Well, beer.
Yeah.
Spirits.
Full bar. Absolutely.
Yeah, you big wino.
But it's all about the experiences that happen there at Watson's that don't happen anywhere else. I.e., bro, escape rooms. Can I interest you in a murder mystery? Can I interest you in some great food?
We should go do a murder mystery
We should just
sometime.
have them write our next murder mystery.
Yeah, no, we should go get inspired there and be like, hey, let's do a walkthrough of this.
You know what? I'm not kidding. That's actually on the table for us to do at one point. It's going to be a lot of fun. We were talking to them about it. You know what? As a matter of fact, we're going to have Watson in as a guest on Friday. Not Watson, but the gentleman that owns Watson. He's going to come in here on Friday and talk about it, and maybe we get that thought in his head a little bit and go, hey, you know what? We got something in common. Murder mystery.
Yeah. I love it.
How about we compare notes?
I guess that means we're on the hook to buy a couple Be Our Guests coming up
That's
Friday morning.
exactly right. Let me give you a website, Big J. Write it down. xrock.com. Right there on the front page.
Never heard of it.
Be our guest. Damn it. And you click on that at 9 o'clock on Friday, and you are good to go for some Watson's action. Half price style. So check it out at Be Our Guest at xrock.com, 9 o'clock on Friday. They are limited. They will sell quick. Get them while you can. Headlines are as follows, Big J. Can't catch me. You're safe. And real mature.
You're safe.
Statistics from gigacalculator.com have finally revealed which United States are best equipped to survive an alien invasion based on factors like terrain, population density, emergency personnel availability. What do you think is the number one top survivor state, Big J?
Let's go with Alaska.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's nowhere near here. No, it's in the continental United States.
Let's go Connecticut.
Virginia emerges as the top survivor state, identified for its resilience. As far as the worst state to survive...
Wait, how do they even come up with the
terrain,
resilience?
Population density, emergency personnel availability. Those are the three factors, as previously stated in the story.
All right.
Big J, the worst state to be in for an alien invasion? Nevada. Now, this is where it starts to get a little
That's
wonky.
because they're pissed? They're coming for the...
They're
where
like,
their buddies are?
That's the home of Area 51. Is probably going to get bombed. But the list of most likely to endure includes Alabama, Massachusetts, New York, Minnesota, Florida, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Alaska, and Georgia. The rankings also raise questions about how location impacts survival and other unthinkable scenarios like other types of disasters that could be triggered by an alien invasion. It's real depressing material to read. I would avoid it at all costs. Just so
Okay.
But if you want to be safe, if you're one of those people that think an alien invasion is imminent, you may want to pack your bleep and move to Virginia. Can't catch me or real mature.
Real mature.
A 46-year-old man from Jordan was charged with endangerment and assault after allegedly attempting to open emergency exit doors during a flight from Lampur to Sydney. The man's disruptive behavior led to crew and passengers restraining him as he tried to open multiple emergency exits, ultimately assaulting an airline staff member in the process. The Australian Federal Police condemned his actions, highlighting the potential tragic consequences of such behavior and emphasizing the need for everybody to chill the bleep out on flights. Each charge against the passenger carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison over there in Australia, so he'll probably be going away for a bit. AirAsia commended its crew for handling the situation professionally, but people are running for the emergency exits on planes a lot lately. I do not like it. I want to go on the record.
Yeah, and how do you run in an airplane?
As hard as you can,
Like,
I guess. I mean, just
I
barrel
can barely
down.
walk through an airplane.
Barrel down and trudge through. Wrap it up with Can't Catch Me. A Tennessee man, Devin Bart, learned a hard lesson after taunting law enforcement on TikTok, challenging them to find him. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office took his bait seriously, and that led to, of course, his arrest on a domestic assault warrant without resistance. He's accused of several crimes involving his ex-girlfriend, including theft, verbal abuse, and confrontation. Apparently, he had some warrants out for his arrest. He made some videos on TikTok saying the police were too stupid to catch him, and they have no idea where he is, and he'll never face any time for dealing with his ex-girlfriend the way he decided to. And then, of course, Big J, the police found him about 3 hours later because that's the way that location work on your phone, everybody. So
3
now
hours.
he will be having some serious consequences that he is facing. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. Hey, Big J, would you like to do a concert announcement?
Yeah, we should do that.
Me too. We'll do it next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside.
Spurs give it away here on the morning after with Nick and Big J. Big J, we promised a concert announcement. Why don't we give the good people one? Agree?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's another 100.3 The X concert announcement.
Big J, it's back.
Yeah. X Day at the fair, baby.
Woohoo! We're excited, man.
Yeah, we are. Very excited.
What's going to happen?
We have got a gentleman coming in. He's been around here lately. We've become pretty big fans of him. Mr.Daughtry is coming to town Tuesday, August 19th out at the Western Idaho Fair.
X Day at the Fair returns. Here's some Daughtry for you. It's artificial on the X Rocks. That's your star of X Day at the Fair. Daughtry is coming back. Big J, all the details one more time, please.
Yep, it's the X's Fair Day, Tuesday, August 19th, the Western Idaho Fair. Daughtry.
It's pretty awesome, and in case you're curious, as always, the concert is free with fair admission, so there aren't tickets just to the concert. You get into the fair, and you're allowed to go to the concert for free, so we're very excited about that. But also, X Day at the Fair happens to fall on a Tuesday, which Big J this year is going to be $2 Tuesday. So from noon to 4 p.m., you can get into the fair for just $2, which means you get to see Daughtry for $2 if you get there in the right amount of time. And also all the carnival rides are going to be $2. They got a bunch of $2 specials going on throughout the fair at the concession stand. So it's like easily the most affordable day to take you and your entire family to the fair and then take them to go see Chris Daughtry and then come hang out with the X. It's going to be a fantastic time at the Western Idaho Fair as they release their whole lineup today, including Daughtry for X Day at the Fair on the 19th. We are geeked because it's been a couple years since we had an X Day at the Fair, Big J.
Yeah.
You remember what the last one was back when you were in short pants?
Was it Seether?
It was. It was Seether. Yep, absolutely. So
broke some records there.
Always happy to head back to the Western Idaho Fair and show them exactly what we can do. So come on out and join us for Daughtry on August 19th. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the X.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we are hooking it up, man. It's going to be a great night at the Knitting Factory on April 22nd. Heck of a lineup, man. Oni, Return to Dust, Devour the Day, and Pop Evil. So we'll get you lined up with tickets to that show for free if you can figure out bad impressions here this morning.
208-287-1003. Bad impressions works like this. Big J gives you 3 clues. You're supposed to point you in the direction of somebody that is pretty famous. If you can figure out who that famous person is in 3 clues or less, congratulations. It is you going to Pop Evil. living the dream, getting to see that wonderful lineup top to bottom, and enjoying yourself. All courtesy of Bad Impressions. Big J, are you ready?
Heck yeah.
Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What's your name?
Jeff.
All right, Jeff, you're up first.
Yeah, here we go. In the movie business, I have a couple brothers working beside me, Luke and Liam.
Chris Hemsworth.
Whoa! Nailed it. You know your Hemsworths, man. Good job, Jeff. Hang on 1 second. We will hook you up with those Pop Evil tickets. What were clues 2 and 3?
I've starred movies like Black Hat, Red Dawn, and of course, Extraction movies. And the last one, okay, you got me. I'm Thor, the demigod of the MCU, baby.
And why is Chris Hemsworth in the news?
He's got a new lifelong fan in co-star Halle Berry, Nick.
What a treat.
They are going to be starring in a movie called Crime 101, and at CinemaCon, they were doing some press, and Halle had this to say, quote, he's a stand-up guy. I won't go into it now, but he stood up for me in a moment in our movie, and instantly I knew right then I'm going to follow this guy, be a fan of this guy for the rest of my life because he stood up for a woman. And I'm like, Halle Berry has an Oscar? She's a huge superstar? Like, why did she have to go through that crap?
Not the first. I mean, they lied to her to get her back into X-Men. Like, that's the reason why she won't go back and play Storm. I mean, there's also, like, she gets treated like absolute crap in the business. Now I want to find out who directed Crime 101, so I find out who's an enemy of Halle Berry.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a heist movie and all of that business. But, yeah, Chris Hemsworth always seemed to me to be a good dude. But this is an endorsement I can get behind.
Good job, Chris. There you go. That's your Bad Impressions. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. Gage, I believe. Wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Today, a busy morning after. You guys selected a movie called Y2K for Big J to watch on Max tonight. He will do so and report back tomorrow. We also had a chance to qualify somebody for a little thing called Sonic Temple. That will continue a couple times over today. Once at 12:30 with Jason Drew, and then again at 5:10 with Adam. So make sure you continue to listen for that opportunity. And we announced X Day at the Fair is returning Tuesday, August 19th at the Western Idaho Fair with Daughtry. Very excited to be a part of that. Big fun. Make sure you continue to listen to your X for your free tickets to the Western Idaho Fair. We'll have your hookup to that as well. And Big J, that leaves you with the floor.
Yeah, today is the 30th Rex Manning Day, Nick. 30 years since Empire Records was released on this day on April 8th, 1995.
A movie I saw in the theater. Did you enjoy Empire Records, Big J?
I did, but I didn't see it in the theater.
No?
I didn't come around that until it got into home video.
And then you heard about Rex Manning Day and continue to celebrate. I've always, I knew it was coming around. I never remember what the actual date is, however. But then again, that movie did not have the impact on me that I think it has on other people. But I hope that they enjoyed it, whatever the case may be.
You hate records.
I don't hate records.
Stores.
I don't think it resonated with me as much. But Big J, how will you celebrate Rex Manning Day?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm gonna watch an Ethan Embry movie, or watch Y2K.
You almost called it Y2J. Morning After with Nick and Big J. That's it for us. Jason Drew's coming in next. We'll see you all tomorrow. It's the X Rocks.
If you're